Hey, good morning. This is Jason Faulkner, aka Shop Weasel. I'm making my second cup of coffee. I'm heating it up. Anyway, I woke up extra early this morning. I used to get angry when I was a kid. Me and my dad would have to get up like at 4 a.m. to go to the flea market to try to earn a living when I was real young. I used to get so angry. But anymore, when I wake up early in the mornings, I get happy because I have so much exciting stuff to work on and toward. I guess that makes a great difference, you know. If you have a lot of important purpose that you're engaged in and working toward, it's sort of you know, I happen to turn all these moments into a positive aspect because that lets me start work again toward my ongoing endeavors, and I'm cool with that. This morning I woke up like at 5:30 ish. I was like, oh, it's only 5:30, but I'm like, yeah, but I got so much work to do, I don't mind. So I got some pretty good rest last night, and I'm just turning over new ideals. I'm making more and more traction toward a positive outcome in my efforts. So, you know, when you're rolling with the tide and the tide's rolling very well for you, you just keep rolling with it, I guess. But I did some research this morning on well, the first thing I thought of to do was to try to impress more with more video work with my new lighted display. And I tried it with my shopping bag holders. I moved my bait trap, my fish UFO Shiner Pro bait trap, over on my desk or my work table, my flimsy work table. And I tried posing some of my shopping bags on there, but it didn't do justice. No, no more. I couldn't do no better than the prop wall and display that I built. So I'm cool. I don't like the low view count numbers, but that's all. That's all politics. That's all out of my control. But I am getting positive, you know, thoughts and potential from keeping my what's it called, my description on my YouTube page refreshed often, and I add a little more graphics. If you look at my main photo, I've added a little gold flecks to the background scenery. Just cheap efforts that take a few moments of my time, not long periods. I would like to get into a better in-depth graphic, but that's a little out of my league. I've tried 100 times, you know, to do impressive graphics, only to have YouTube not not met within their parameters of a video or not a video, but a still photo for usage. So that's all over complexity to keep revenues coming for all their IT, you know, IT remote workers or whatever they are, grifters, you know, digital grifters that know all the tricks and have the right hardware to compress photos to do what they want. I almost bought into a photo. I was looking at a buy up front photo, uh, a promise of a photo assistant app. You know, they've got 100 of them, but they all look the same. It's all cookie cutter grifting. They want to grift money out of you, and once you buy into a base app, it's not going to do what you want or what they give the impression that it's going to do for you. They'll never let that happen. It's all in tiers, you know. You got that big grift down below where they sell their apps and want to milk the money out of everything. And then once you get it, it's like a Squarespace build your own website promise. And, you know, it's like everything. It's all just layers of grifting. And there's a greater truth that sits above it all, and that's the real professionalism that rule everything below it. And they've got all their meager remote affirmative action employment scams that are just bloated with every kind of poor beggar out there that's hustling and bustling and will fall in line with any scam that the higher ups approve that they can partake in. Squarespace, LinkedIn, Facebook, even YouTube. I'm dedicated to YouTube. That's the only platform that I've anchored to. But believe you me, I've given equal effort toward Facebook, Craigslist, LinkedIn, Squarespace. I mean, I have put abundant amount of wasted time in those platforms just to have them turn, and eBay, just to have them turn their nose up at me because everybody gets away with it. They don't have to recognize a person's efforts and investments. They can play along and lie and mislead people because nobody ever punishes anything or holds them accountable. Like, well, this guy's done a year's worth of work with your platform. Don't you feel any dedicated loyalty to rewarding his hard, sincere efforts? They don't. No one even asks them. So that's okay. Even YouTube's the same way. I just canceled my eBay ad, and I got a big response back from that because they seen I had real products, and I was legitimate, and I am impressive. Yeah, my camera's rolling. And I canceled my ads, and I went to the eBay forums and posted, hey, take note, people. I don't like the affirmative action overtones of no matter what me doing out here tap dancing for everybody and showing my good things and offering my services to be ignored. And worse, every time I try to work in unison with the eBay professionals, I get a noticeable negative response. The more I try, the more they obscure and obliterate my efforts. And that's the same repetitive scam that every platform has. That's what they are trained to do. And so I sit there, and for 2 weeks, I took and responded to the eBay community messages of just other average people interacting with what I said. It was a tremendous outpour, and a lot of people confessed, it's a scam. And they all want to instantly deploy their psychology to desensitize the truth, to make it like, well, it's something on you, and I know I'm well beyond that guilt warrior attitude stuff, No, it's not on me, but I have the right and freedom not to partake. And I told them, I'm not going to be messing with eBay anymore. I told them I'm going to be buying stuff off eBay periodically, like I always have. And I'm a guy who sold a $3,600 item on eBay 20 years ago. And it was a real item. I delivered it and everything. So, they want to treat you like an unknown regardless. That's like right down to the community level where I live. I've been here 17 years. And, when you can shirk all of your obligations by the fact that you can just say, well, who are you? That's their angle. They don't want anyone to have a cemented acclaim for themselves. And everything goes to the systematic higher up levels. You got your local controlling overreach government. Your standard brutalist, which they're everywhere. There's no escaping the brutalist. And a lot of that has a lot of religious fanaticism and the legal fanaticism. Nobody really answers to wrongdoing when they're within that sectors of a brutalist. So, and poverty starts at home, and your neighbors. And it works up there blindly, They don't want you to have real justice. It's all fake. But I've got an anchor in the fact that I've been talented and gifted with so much great talent and stuff that inspires me to an unreachable hopefulness that they're not going to affect me. I ain't worried about it. I done suffered their slings and arrows all my life anyway. So, but even on YouTube, I'm not getting the traction that I deserve, and I've seen those those victories accrue under my efforts, but they die out. They let them die out. The momentum. They just take the wind out of the momentum, and they watch the trends. They have the same monitoring that they give us. They see a guy getting so many hits and views and positive interaction each day, positive responses to your efforts, and then they just let it die out, and it's like, well, I'm back at square one again for the millionth time. But I'm fighting my way through it because I got smart. Overall, everything that I'm dancing around and I encompass has wealth attached to it. That's my whole thing. I struck out years ago. I'm sorry for coughing on the film also. I have to ride with Ethra, and I had to sit in court all day last week. And, they even farm and groom people to make other people sick. I mean, the craziness that society can possibly muster is unlimited. And it's stressful. I mean, I didn't want to be made sick, but, they sure forced me into being in a position where they knew I would get sick. I've seen what they do. It's an ugly underside of society. It's all about that control. But I'm not really upset because, it could be worse. And I definitely have my foundation, though. That's the important thing. I have tangible assets that are very valuable, elite. And, when I say, hey, you can make millions off my stuff, they know I'm not joking, and I know I'm not joking, and you probably know I'm not joking. And I keep marching on. I have no choice. Because this is my positive outcome here. So I don't mind when I wake up early. No, I hear the birds just started singing. But I have to think so much. How do I combat and nullify their efforts to nullify me? And I've got my plans for the future already well laid out that I envision for myself, that I'm trying to collate with my efforts here to make happen. So, at this point, I think I should announce that I am willing to work with anyone that's willing to work on my projects, my endeavors, my properties. And, if you like any of my products or all of them, I don't know what to say. I need money. I know that. So I guess I can offer this. Now, I can offer myself. If you have a facility, if you're a big business and you want to start selling my products, I don't know what else to do besides offer everything I have for free and incorporate myself into any endeavor as long as I get 10% off the profits. How's that? That's like begging to me. I'm sort of talking about stuff that's, taboo, but is it? Maybe it's just what they've been waiting to hear. I mean, how sincere and how dedicated am I if I'm not at the least willing, or at the worst willing, to say, hey, you can start building my products for free. Just incorporate me into some function of it and give me 10% of the profits. How's that? And I'm Jason Faulkner, aka Shop Weasel, and I just announced it. It hurts me because, I don't have a vehicle, but I know if I build a rapport with a person that can facilitate success, why not? So there's my offer. And, maybe if you see that I'm this sincere, maybe the good fortune will open up for me finally. I need to make it happen, and I have the stuff to do it with. I engineered and built this stuff, and I know all this stuff works beautifully. And you might be able to sit there and finally pick over some aspect of it because I'm limited to what I had to use to make it. But we can refine any of this stuff, I've already thought, for example, the bottom of my bait trap could actually incorporate a small circle of physical mesh, regular fishing net mesh to allow the water to escape without stressing the design of it. Because as it is now, you got to pull it up a little slow. The water drains out, but it could be made better. There is room for refinements on any and all of it that I've thought of. And maybe we can put a different material on the outside, but that's a vital part of the success of my bait trap, is figuring out that yes, it does have to have a material on the outside of it to make it soft and comforting to nature, and that design there does it. But can we use an alternate material? Probably, maybe, we'll see. But there's my offer. My name's Jason Faulkner. So if you are a group of people, if you're just an independent business person or investor, there's my ultimate offer that I can think of to make this happen for me and for you. We can build my products for free. You don't have to buy into it as long as you can prove to me you have an established functioning ability so we can manufacture it and get it out to the consumer. I don't want nothing up front because 10% of the profits is something, we both know this, or all of us knows this, if I'm reaching out to a group. But my efforts are sincere, my products are real, and very viable and tangible and exceptional. They are very, very valuable assets. Make a lot of money. So reach out to me if you're interested. Why not? Jason Faulkner, East Tennessee. My phone number is 423-231-2241. Or if you just want to break the ice, shoot me a message, leave a comment, and we can start our rapport and hopefully reach great results with our effort. I am willing to work at it, in it, on it, travel with it, whatever we have to do, or you expect me to do, to impress upon you all that I want success. Hope you all have a good day. I'm going to upload this video. Hope a lot of people watch it. Thank you.